We can finally talk about the underground match, and you know what? This is a fun one. I'll take you through how the match works and my thoughts and feelings behind it. So let's dive in. If you're wondering what an underground match is, it's as close as you're gonna get to like an MMA style pro wrestling sports entertainment match. And it's featured on NXT a lot, so if you don't watch NXT, this will be new to you. So from a visual point of view, it looks completely different. It is dark. It wants to give that underground kind of feeling. If you remember during the pandemic era, when we had Raw Underground, this is basically what it is. It's basically Raw Underground, but a little bit better. So gone are the ring ropes, and it's just a four-sided canvas, a black canvas, and people stood around the ring. You'll notice as well that the arena is very dark as well, so it really gives that down in the slums kind of feeling where it's all nitty and gritty and it's about to get dirty around here. Yeah, in a non-sus way, obviously, but like I said, around the ring you had a load of NPCs that will interact as the match goes on, especially during like submission holds. They'll start to slap on the ring mat and get all excited, you know, a bit like the crowd would do normally, but on a more bigger scale. You can't actually physically interact with them, nor can you harm them, though I did find if you throw them off the underground ring, you can make them land on top of somebody, which I thought was a little bit cool. You can use things like Irish whips to throw them off, you can smack them off, you can use carry grapples to throw them off, and you can do the same to get them back into the ring as well. So the powerbomb animation looks like you're play fighting with like your nephew and you do the softest powerbomb in the world. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but hey, it is what it is. You can also do dives, either standing dives or running dives off of the ring as well. Oh, it's at this point where I probably should throw into the fact that DQ is on by default. I played one underground match and I went to go and get a kendo stick and hit Rhea Ripley, and yeah, I got disqualified. Didn't realize DQ was on by default, so maybe you want to turn it off if you want. Another thing you can do is Irish whips into the buckles, and this has such a satisfying animation that it is beautiful. It looks like someone like Montez Ford had mocap this because they bend themselves around the ring post with such grace. It is very beautiful and slightly disturbing at the same time. Then you can do that on all four sides of the ring post. Getting out the ring, you can go down the ring steps, but you can't actually go from a corner that doesn't have ring steps. So you can use the four sides of the ring, or you can use the two areas where there are ring steps. You can also fight in the crowd as well, so if you want to take the fight into the crowd, feel free to hop over that guardrail and go into the crowd and have a bit of fisticuffs among the people. As the match goes on, you'll keep seeing a danger symbol appear in the bottom hood, and that I interpreted as probably next big move is going to be the KO. Because this appears not only in the underground match, but it also appears in the backstage matches now as well. And every time I had the danger symbol appear, if I hit a signature or a finisher, it's pretty much game over at that point. Oh, that also triggers with weapons as well. So when it's danger, if you use weapons a few times, then that will also trigger a KO. So it feels like it's like, oh, this is like the last time you got to actually better reverse something, otherwise you're going to be done for. It's a good match, it's a fun match, and the NPCs around the ring do make it even more entertaining with their over the top react. Oh, it's great. Though I wish they kind of used this kind of tech that they use on the NPCs to the crowd, because having the crowd react like this would be so much more immersive, you know, in this simulation style world. So yeah, that's something else I'd like to see in the future. I really do like the intros for the underground match because they've really gone hard on the announcements and the crowd actually interaction with heels and baby faces, the good guys or the bad guys. Like in this Dom and Rhea, when they introduce Dom, it's proper boos, and when they introduce Rhea, you get a lot of cheers, so it's great. I like it. I think there's a different presentation and it's really cool. I mean, look at that guy's face right now. Yeah, he's so happy to be here. Oh, and during the intros, I'd like to see where the lighting comes from, because in the screenshot that 2K shared, there was this beautiful lighting that shone over the top of the announcements between Sami Zayn and Carmelo Hayes. Whether this is just for the NXT arena, I don't know, or whether this is going to be in the final build, again, I don't know. The build I played was a limited build, so it could just not have the lights activated in the announcement. But hey, I still like the presentation overall. Again, this is a fun match, but I feel like I need to talk about the things I didn't like, because there's not many, but there's a couple of things that I did not like. You may have noticed I've not really talked about entrances just yet, and that is a part in this. They do have underground entrances, and if you watch my hands-on video card in the top right corner, if you have not, yeah, underground entrances aren't as good as I thought they might have been. Now, I understand there's going to be limitations, obviously, because there's no ring ropes, you can't get up, the Rock can't do his little rock pose, and this, that, and the other, but underground entrances work very similar to Elimination Chamber entrances. What do I mean by that? Well, we got excited when Elimination Chamber entrances were a thing, because they get their entrance, and then about when they get to the ramp, they get a generic entrance as they finish off. And that's how this one works too. Every superstar, I've recorded every single one, so I will upload those to the channel very shortly. But yeah, every single superstar has an underground entrance, and it ends in a generic entrance. However, there's one big gripe when it comes to these entrances, and I'm going to play you a clip right now, and I want you to tell me in the comments what you think is wrong. I'm going to give you the answer no in this video, but I want you to tell me what you see that's wrong.
And this man has been salivating for an opportunity.
Did you see it? I'll tell you what, let me play it one more time, but in a bit more of a slow motion. If you heard me whilst I was capturing this footage, you would have heard the biggest audible sigh ever. I was like, oh, great. This is going to be a thing. I'm hoping it's not a thing. I hope 2K can magically resolve this situation with Seth Rollins' 2022 underground entrance. I hope that they can do something to make it work, because that, yeah, it just doesn't look right, does it? I hope this is what it's not going to look like in the final build, but you never know. It might look like that in the final build. It's just so weird watching him bounce from the corner where the prime station would be to the ring ramp within a half a second. I'm happy we've got entrances, but stuff like this, it really takes me out of the thing. My other issue with the underground match is that it feels just a bit too short. Maybe that could be adjusted when it comes to these sliders, and then the difficulty, you know, being on normal, when we change to legendary, it may feel a bit different, may feel a bit harder. So for now, you know, it's a small thing I didn't like, is that it just feels a bit too short. Listen, I'm very grateful we've got 2 new match types this year. Keep bringing all the match types. I want every single match type. Yeah, bring them all. But when we heard rumors from Brian in an interview saying, oh yeah, we're going to see a match that's never been seen before, and visually and the mechanics behind it is going to be so different, or something along them lines, we all, I think, as a community, we're looking towards things like an I Quit match, or bring back the Inferno match, or a bull rope match, or a strap match, or something on them lines, or even what's the one in NXT called? Iron Survivor Challenge match. That is also in NXT. I think we expected something different. Again, not a massive negative over this. I'm very grateful. I do enjoy the Underground Rules match. It is fun, and it does feel different. It does feel fresh. I just thought we were going to get something a bit more. That's about it. But overall, it's a fun match. I really enjoyed it. Oh, and you probably want to turn off DQ, because that might make it a bit more fun too. So yeah, you can have like an Extreme Rules Underground match then, which would be way more fun. So there you have it. There's the Underground Rules match. After this video, I'll upload a couple more with full Underground Rules match. I got Liv versus The Rock. I got Dominic versus Rhea. And I think I've got Solo versus Jade Cargill as well. So yeah, I've got some fun ones to upload to the channel. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and I will see you guys in the next video.